Is the system collapsing? I opened this video to give you a little bit of peace of mind. Yes, it's collapsing, but I think there might be some good news in this. Follow all the way to the end of this video.
I ain't gonna give in now. I just gotta live this now. I ain't gonna beam and I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the whip. Cause I am just up on the journey. Just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand rising, good evening, warriors all over the world. Is the system truly collapsing right now? So I want to say yes, but I'm also going to give you my perspective. Now, remember, this is just the information that I'm presenting that all of you have access to. I'm deep in the FDIC website. I'm deep in FedNow services, looking at real-time payments, looking at account addendas within Wells Fargo and different institutions, different banks. And what I'm obsessed with is seeing how this monetary system is changing. So is the system collapsing? Absolutely. The old monetary system is completely collapsing. We're in a debt-based society. So let's take a deep dive on this really quickly. We're in a debt-based society. And yes, I keep repeating the same things because what we repeatedly do gets ingrained in our subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in our subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. But you need to know how the monetary system works. We're in a debt-based society. They have to keep raising the debt ceiling in order to pay for critical services within America. Number one, okay? All dollars in the United States, every dollar somebody transfers to somebody else or moves through the system is somebody else's debt. We're in a debt-based society. We're in a fractional reserve banking system. Every single time you put money in the bank, they can lend that money out over and over and over again. So we're in a debt-based society. They printed more money than in history. For some reason, the last 24 to 36, I would say we're coming up on almost 30 months since the C word as we're all looking this way. They printed more money than in history. But maybe there was a reason behind that. Maybe there was a reason because they knew that we were heading to real-time payments, on-demand liquidity, 24/7 money moving at the speed of light, and a new messaging system that was going to allow liquidity to move much faster. And there maybe would be an ability to restructure the debt, turning credit or debt into equity and restructuring the whole banking system. Well, I do know that the banking system was already moving to fintech back in 2012 when I was in CBA Executive Banking School. We were already working to replace tellers with talking ATMs, branches with remote branches. So this has been going on for a very long time. So the stuff I'm going to present to you, I want to be very, very clear. People are like, well, FedNow Services is not cryptocurrency. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm presenting to you guys is not about cryptocurrency. This is about macro and microeconomics and the switch in a financial system. But these switches in the financial system have infrastructure, blockchain technologies, on-demand liquidity, okay? Real companies that are going to be changing the ecosystem. So I want to share with you what I'm presenting you today. I'm not saying it's connected to anything that we're investing in. What I'm showing you is the system's changing. And there's going to be blockchain technologies like Ripple, XLM, which XRP, right, with Ripple, XLM, Jen McCaleb came from Ripple. We have things like QNT, HBAR, Ethereum, Bitcoin is a commodity. The system is changing. I think we can agree. Okay, so let's dive into this. I just want to give you a perspective and just how my brain works when I go through this stuff, okay? So there's something happening, and I want to walk through this with you together based on research, and I'd love to hear your comments down below on what you think is happening, okay? So Fed is in the spotlight with U.S. focus on stability first republic. So on March 22nd, U.S. authorities are set to explore ways to bolster financial stability along with the steps to tackle the problems facing First Republic Bank as central banks access whether turmoil in the banking makes interest rates less pressing. Well, today, as I'm doing this video, you're watching this on the 23rd. Today, the Fed raises rates 0.25%. With the ease of the recent big swings, Wednesday's Federal Reserve meeting is firmly in focus, which today they raised it 0.25%. So we have all these banks that are in a big, big issue right now. But this is interesting. I want to show you guys this. So this is where I want your comments to jump in because our brains together, the hive mind, will help quite a bit with this. So back in 1929, there was 8,000 commercial banks that were underneath the Federal Reserve System. I'm looking over here because my screen's over here that you guys are seeing here. Okay. There were 16,000 banks that were not part of the system. Well, there was a run on the banks, and I'm going to share with you at the end of this why I think this is very different. Well, I'll share with you as I walk through this. Yes, the system is collapsing, but I think it's very different than 1929. It was collapsing, and people say that it was purposeful, right? I think a lot of it has to do with purpose. There's some sort of purpose, problem, reaction, solution, but this is very different because it's at the same time that they're switching to a new monetary system, which I'm going to show you. So the timing is just too impeccable, right? They print more money than in history since Bitcoin's inception in 2009 when the first banking collapse or the big crisis, excuse me. Then around 2012, they start the bail-ins. Okay, the FDIC starts the bail-ins, the bail-in procedures, or the bail-in committee. Let's think about that for just a moment. Okay, so they start the bail-in committee, and then 2012, Obama's rescue plan comes. Then we head into 2020, we get locked down with the C word, and they turn the printing machine on full blast. Here's why I think it's different. Back in 1929, 8,000 commercial banks were under the Federal Reserve. They were bailed out by the Federal Reserve, and a lot of the large institutions did loans to these smaller banks, monopolizing the banks. And maybe down below, you guys can express how that went down a little bit differently. I'm doing it off the top of my head. Well, they're talking about this bank right here, First Republic. Did I say First Republic correctly? Is it First Republic? First Republic Bank. And JP Morgan now is spearheading Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan. JP Morgan was involved in the banking collapse in 1929, rumored that they started the run on the banks, the rumor that they started allegedly the run on the banks. But now JP Morgan is coming into the rescue again with Jamie Dimon, who got spearheading this. And basically Bank of America, Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, BYN Mellon, PNC Bank, State Street Bank, Trust Bank, and US Bank make uninsured deposits totaling $30 billion into First Republic Bank. So here we are again, 1929. The bigger banks did loans to the smaller banks that weren't part of the Federal Reserve, basically monopolizing them. And now these big banks, right, that already are set up with blockchain technology, that are already connected to the infrastructure of real-time payments, are now monopolizing and giving loans to the other banks. And now they owe these banks money and they're bailing them out. So this is why I think it's different, okay? Because what's happening right now is politicians are quietly preparing for digital dollar. It's not good for freedom. Okay. I think we can all agree that a digital dollar isn't going to be very free for us. But here's why I think it's different. At the exact same time, well, let's go back. FDIC starts bail-in plans in 2012. Banks submitted bail-in plans biannually. And this is just off the top of my head. I'm just connecting my logical circuit. We go into December 20th, 2020. Jay Clayton initiates a case against Ripple versus the SEC, with XRP being a security, which XRP is a bridge currency that has the ability to change the monetary system. So they slow down regulation with crypto. Okay. Then they go in to tell us cryptocurrency is a fraud. It's dangerous. Don't mess with it. But by 2017, already the banks were getting involved. Then in 2022, they collapse a couple of big exchanges, a stable coin. At the same time, they're coming up with stablecoin regulation or talking about it or start to talk about it. A stablecoin collapses. See, cryptocurrency is a fraud. At the same time, they're investing in it. At the same time that BlackRock in 2022 was connecting with Coinbase through Aladdin. At the same time, Circle was connecting with BlackRock. All the infrastructure was changing. You got all these big companies, setting up their Bitcoin trust. Right? You got Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now you have a BlackRock, I think it's BlackRock Bitcoin Trust, right? Okay, then we come into 2023. They jack interest rates through the roof. They stop printing money, destroying the middle class and the job market's going on the back end of 2023. At the exact same time that all of a sudden the bail-in plans start to kick in, the banks, the regional banks are in trouble. The big banks come to save them, to monopolize them. The feds are going to fund the big banks with some new rules to make sure that they stay liquid at the same time that all of these RTP, real-time payment systems, are coming into the system at the exact same time. I don't write this story. I'm just reading it to you guys. So again, I'm not talking about cryptocurrency, right? I'm talking about the change in your financial system that's happening right now as you're looking this way. FedNow Services, March 3rd, 2023. This is the whole operating procedure. I read the whole operating procedure. It's extremely, extremely boring. But the context of it is money is now going to move at the speed of light 24/7. And Wells Fargo Bank right here. I just want to show you facts, figures, numbers, logic in their account addenda, effective April 24th, 2023. FedNow Services is a qualified direct deposit. I'm going to share with you what I think is happening on the back end of this. This is Bank of America. Improve your payments processes with real-time payments. Transfer funds in seconds, immediately, locally, funds available, payments, related information, matched throughout the transaction, irreversible, irrefutable funds transfer with immediate notification, which is ISO 20002, steady flow of transactions around messaging around the clock, mobile friendly. So if you had to, oh wait, let me give you another thing. This is America. This is America. Here's what the European Central Bank is launching. T2, March 21st, 2023. Look at this. It's like, you can't make this up, guys. FedNow Services, March 3rd, they're launching. T2 is their FedNow Services, or if I'm looking at it correctly, T2 Wholesale Payments Payment System. The real-time gross settlements, RTGs, real-time payments, on-demand liquidity, all launching at the exact same time. I'm sorry, I'm not clicking these over. My apologies again. Gosh, I'm using my new system here, guys. So these are all the things that I was showing you guys. Apologize. There you go. I'm using my new system, so apologies. Okay, go back here. This is Wells Fargo. This is the FedNow Services, their document, their operating procedures. Here is Wells Fargo, count addenda. I've showed you that like 20 times already. Boom. Here's Bank of America, real-time payments. Here is European Central Bank, T2, wholesale payments, RTG, real-time payments, on-demand liquidity, liquidity management tool. Okay. I mean, how does it work? I mean, it just, I don't know what to say, but it's just magically happening at the exact same time. My apologies again with that. I don't edit my videos unless there's some sort of audio thing. Yeah, guys, I hope this information reaches you well. Like, again, somebody was saying that you realize that FedNow Service is not cryptocurrency. I realize that. It's real-time payments, on-demand liquidity. So we have a liquidity crisis. Basel III rules changed in 2020, which banks had to hold gold on riskier assets. Russia, China, most of the central banks were stacking gold. Okay. We have a credit crisis, and there's only 4 ways you can get out of a major credit crisis. Number 1, you can print more money. They turned off the printing machine. Number 2 is you can move the debt from the people that have it to people that need it. They're not going to do that. Number 3, okay. What's number 3? You can move the credit to people, print money, restructure the debt, okay. And number 4, what was the last one? Number 4, stop spending. They're not going to stop spending. They can't stop spending, guys. They have to keep raising the debt ceiling. But what you could do is you could make money move at the speed of light, velocity of money. You could restructure debt into equity. You could repackage all the banking system. You could collapse the old banking system and monopolize it. And you could start a whole new monetary system where money moves at the speed of light, just like your phone does. Where information moves at the speed of light, just like your phone does. Where supply chain moves at the speed of light, just like your phone does. The system cannot operate at the same level, guys. The switch is here. This is the point of what I'm sharing with you guys. You know, we have a crypto channel here, but I talk about macro and microeconomics. I'm investing in innovative technologies in the cryptocurrency space that I think, I don't know, no influencer, the influencers that tell you they have deep insight, they're full of crap. The 1% is the 1%, will always be the 1% until we become the 1%. No influencer on YouTube or TikTok has information or inside information that at our level that they're getting around changing the monetary system. We're not the Bilderbergs. We're not the Rothschilds. We're not the JP Morgans, trust me. But we are people who are working harder on ourselves than we do anything else. We're studying nonstop, and we're making informed decisions based on logical circuit. This is logical, guys. The banking system is collapsing as a brand new system is coming in that can rescue it. Problem, reaction, solution. Whoever creates the problem creates reaction in the people, and the person who created the problem comes up with the solution. Real-time payments, on-demand liquidity, restructuring of debt, taking debt and turning it into equity, repackaging it and reselling it. That's how BlackRock became one of the biggest companies in the world. Repackaging companies, making them look pretty, and selling it on the open marketplace, which becomes your investments, which becomes your retirement. So know the game so you can't be played, warriors. This information is all available to you on all the websites out there. Is there a reason why Jay Clayton is sitting on the board of directors for the FDIC, on the bank bail-in committee in 2022, sitting in the meeting, his first meeting? when they're talking about bank bail-ins? Is there a reason why the guy that initiated the case with Ripple versus the SEC around XRB being traded as a security of innovative technology that's going to change the world, that now is going to bring regulation in the crypto space? Is it by chance that he sits on the board now for the FDIC that's bailing in banks that needs real-time payments, on-demand liquidity? I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's like Carmen Sandiego, man. Inspector Gadget, if you remember that. But I'm having a great time doing it, and I hope this information reaches you well, Warriors. So we get thousands of messages, and these are the messages that I get. Number one, Coach JV, do you private coaching? I do private coaching. There's a link down below. You have to go through an interview process. We only take 10 people every 2 months through the process, okay? We're filling up the class for April 3rd. Number two, JV, how do I get into your Warrior Academy? I'm going to show you a video after this. You can click the description down below to join our private Warrior Academy. It's 7 days for free in 2023. It's not a get-rich program. It's not going to teach you how to get rich, guys. It's fundamental long-term investment, okay? It's understanding the pillars of wealth, and most of all, getting your shit together. It's my 120-day challenge, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, how to reprogram your life. That's what you need to be working on. Wealth comes from here, and wealth comes from here. So after you watch this video, click the description down below. We also have our conference coming up on April 14th and April 15th, where you get to meet me and my whole Good Morning Crypto Show team. You get to meet the whole ecosystem in our wealth building team as well. Most of all, the connections are going to be very powerful there. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. So after this video, if you have any questions, click the description down below, and we'll have a team member reach out to you. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.
Is designed to keep you trapped. 2017, I walked out of a high-paid vice president job because I was absolutely miserable. Working 16 to 19 hours a day because that's what the system taught me to do. And what I discovered through countless hours of meditation, research, reading books, understanding how the millionaires and billionaires operate, the system is designed to keep you trapped. Today, I own multiple companies. I travel all over the world. I'm financially free, and that's exactly why I created this community of like-minded warriors coming together called the 3T Warrior Academy. Now, I don't say this to brag. I'm sharing this with you to show you what's possible for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your life to another level, we believe the Warrior Academy has something for everybody. Processes that take you step by step through discipline, consistent activities, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Our 120-day challenge, all you have to do is open up the app and take it day by day. We're going to take you through the discipline, consistent activities to take your life to the next level. Within 1 week, you're going to feel a difference. Within a month, people are going to notice a change in you. That's how powerful this 120-day challenge is. So if you're truly ready to break free from the old paradigm into a new paradigm of discipline, consistency, great relationship with your family, financial freedom, and learning the pillars of wealth that will change your life and generational wealth to come, I'm going to invite you to do our program for 7 days for free. The 120-day challenge has changed over 5,000 warriors' lives worldwide, and we hope to be yours next.
Warriors, let's get your together. Let's go.